Go to intro. Hello and welcome to Wars Going On. I'm Arcturus and we're here on the Forerunner server to bring you the latest in what's going on in Watcher of Realms. As ever, this is a community-based podcast. Please do remember to get involved in the chat section. Get involved down in the comment section. Like, share, hype, subscribe, and all that good stuff because it really does help grow the channel. This is just a bit of a catch-up in the chat. Obviously, we normally have the episode out on a Monday, but one thing led to another over the weekend, and I wasn't able to get the video out on time. So Mystical kindly agreed that we'd be able to do it as a live stream tonight, just to have a catch-up on what's going on. And there have been one or two things which have kind of caught everyone's attention in the game this week. So obviously we've had another Dev Insights come out for good or bad. And we've also had the lot of excitement caused by the Pantheon updates and the impact that's had on GVG. So let's start with GVG Pantheon and the Demon Soldiers, because I think that's a good topic to start talking to. So couple in the big patch which arrived on global last week, you can see behind me we had the Pantheon updates, and we've got all these additional stats up to 180,000 HP and 14% HP bonus. Clicking away, they're on too early, and another 1,400 attack, base attack, and 14% attack. So it basically means that soldiers can go through pretty much anything. So no defense is looking particularly strong at the moment. And a couple of the guys in the Dragon Slayers community came to me and said, how do we fix this? How do we reach out? And I said, you're going to need a bigger content creator than me, because I just don't have the reach to bring attention to this. If I make a noise at the devs, they just ignore me. So I told them to reach out.
You and me both.
Content creator. Yeah. So it seems that some of them took that on board and they've reached out to Fastidious. He did a video on it. A couple of them have also done videos on it. Chaddy raised a suggestion box, which I linked on my posts last week, which basically is encouraging the devs to look at the impact of that and how it's going on. And now let me just bring up the notes from the devs that they sent around, because originally it said, oh yes, we've noticed an impact, we think this is very serious, we're going to they've reduced the costs. But it's not the cost that was the problem. It was the impact that was the problem. So, yeah,
I think they misunderstood it and took it as some people have got so much more compared to other people. So they've leveled the playing field. Now everyone's got the massive impact as well, as opposed to just a few.
Yeah, so they gave everyone back. They gave everyone 30 of each type, which in some cases is completely unnecessary because we've got like 3,000 of them sat there of the basics. And then they gave everyone given an opportunity to further level up their pantheon. So now most people are sitting at a level 300 plus pantheon, and it's a little bit nutty, but there you go. So I don't know. I like the fact they've finally done something with Pantheon. It's certainly noticed the impact when how weak my defense seemed to attacks, and I had several guilds have not even attacked one of my defenses in the keep, and another guild just completely completely zeroed me without even batting an eyelid. So it just kind of goes to show the impact. I think the point I want to bring back and sort of take a step back and say, how have we got to this situation? Well, we got to this situation because of one piece of content which the game introduced, and it's Matrix. Basically, they introduced the Matrix Slam, which does
I can't see it there. They haven't updated that.
Yeah,
I put a chit in about this, so that is the old stuff, and you have to go into it to see the new stuff. They are aware, they just don't bother to do anything.
I've raised it with Bunny. I've raised it with customer service. Customer service thought I was complaining that the game wasn't working as intended. And I was like, no, you've got the wrong information. But anyway, got there eventually. But yeah, so they introduced this game with a mode with a massive focus strike and a damage over time. So in order to survive that, you need either massive damage mitigation or you need to have tanks who are unstoppable. And that resulted in Eridin and Kadrim, who are just really, really insanely tanky. So we end up in this situation whereby the devs have introduced heroes who are insanely tanky, and you can now block them and hold them up. Block and hold up most attacks because they're nearly unkillable. And so the solution to that is to give the attacking units more stats so they can survive longer, and that means that we've got a situation where defenses are just completely melting, and it's a bit of a joke, unfortunately. But one piece of content has had such a massive knock-on effect. I said at the time when they first introduced it that it was going to be problematic unless they addressed it appropriately, and they didn't. Unfortunately, they kind of went.
They didn't do anything.
No. Anybody got? There we go. Friendly face-off. Yeah. So I haven't even really geared my... I've not geared for BP at the moment. I'm just going to do a quick affiliate because I've been doing some other stuff in game. So 486k versus... Okay, this is not the strongest attack, but this is basically how it goes. I'm not even looking to configure this. This is just me sending in the demons, the level 7... chompies, and they're just going to have a field day walking into this field of fire, causing absolute chaos, and we'll probably go straight through. There we go, straight through. And that's kind of how everything's going a bit at the moment with these guys.
Brilliant. At last, GVG sorted. There we are. Everyone can win.
GVG
nice
sorted.
Even playing field. Yeah.
And
everything's now even.
Everything were maybe, but okay. So this is the biggest here. So there's 50k BP on the defense. You've got a really strong defensive lineup here. We should not be seeing it doing this same level of chaos, which I've just done. But anyway, so you'll get. I'm not configuring these teams to get through. I am merely just straight through the defender, straight through. Yeah. And that's a team that was a lot stronger than me. So I should not have been.
It's just nice, isn't it?
It is nice, but at the same time, it just makes this is an example of how bad GVG is. There's a much stronger defense is winning because of the additional stats that have been given to the attackers. So, and at a time when there's so many rewards now for GVG, you're getting access to the runic artifacts, so the artifact augmentations for completing attacks, and you're getting the mythic gems if you win the combat. So it's in your incentive now to do your attacks. And yeah, I don't know if it's a case of unintended consequences. Let us know, chat. What are your thoughts on this? So
are they next? So we haven't had an update on the Forerunner this week, have we?
no, we haven't. So we should be seeing an update on
we do
Forerunner.
So here we go.
Yeah.
Pantheon. The next 20 levels or so will be given out, and you'll be able to do. You'll be able to give your bigger defense strategies in the next level of Pantheon or something like that. Yeah. They're going to change it back round. I don't know. It's not going to be changed for a little while, I don't think. And even if it does, even if they change it mid-season, what are they going to do? I mean, that's already a disaster for some people already, isn't it? I mean, they got a week to sort it out, haven't they, for Global? Well, they 8 days away, I think it is, isn't it, on Global before the new season starts?
Something like that. It's really not very. Just trying to sort out things in the background here.
You could go with broadcasting it instead.
Yeah. Didn't mean to. It's just the way it goes. Right.
Spam that. I'm going to use that email address a lot now.
Oh, God. Well, Moonton have already leaked it to a load of other content creators, so you know.
It's already out there, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is there much they can do, to be brutally honest?
I don't know.
Maybe they'll wind back the amount. Maybe they'll wind down the level or the amount that you get per level or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they'll wind down how much the attack is. Maybe we'll find out that it will max out at sort of 5% or something.
Yeah. Right.
It's a bit. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure they'll come out with a decent. Just rolling back the attack before whatever they do, they need to do it before GVG season starts. If they're longer than that, then they're going to have a real issue on their hands. For me, I'm not bothered by GVG in the slightest. It's not my thing. But there are plenty of people who have spent good money on making sure that their GVG teams are up and running. And there we go. That's about it.
And people went after Cadgrim on the basis that they could see that he was going to be a massive GVG tank. I don't have him, so I can't demonstrate with him, and I'm not sure who in the guild has got one I can attack against. But this is the couple of attacks I did really demonstrate how easy it is for people to chomp through everything. Rocket, there we go. The chat is showing up. You can just about see it up above my head. There you go. So
need to roll back the Pantheon.
Rocket Pete Grenade is saying they need to roll them back or change the map so that Nazar can be utilised before season 12 starts. Well, the season 12 maps are live. He can be used, and he is being.
He's getting a lot of use, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting tons of use because people are putting him just dive into this map. Are diving just behind the wall so that he's kind of when he's using his ultimate. So people, for example, people are putting Nazar here and going forwards like that, and then the tank is there, and the healer is back here, and then you'll have this
Ingrid stationed there.
You have that Ingrid
and then a Pope stationed at the bottom.
Yeah, you have another attacker here, or
and that's probably one of the top defenses, isn't it? Really, that makeup is a very solid defense.
Yeah, this is pretty cookie cutter how defenses are looking on Forerunner at the moment in season 12. Just drop that back. So the units would come around the corner. Nazar would hit his ultimate about here. And during his ultimate, he can't be attacked. He can't be inflicted with burning, so he's able to absorb all of the the fire from the fire tank, so it doesn't bother him. And he's just able to do his big attacks over the top of the defender. So it's really classic of the sort of attacks we're seeing. And now nothing is standing up to a grotesque fiend, which was already an incredibly powerful unit.
They needed powering up.
They were underpowered. I mean,
they're like the Ingrid of the demon soldier world, aren't they?
You joke, but I have heard rumors of demon soldier gear, so this situation is only going to get worse.
So this is going to be the official end game then, is it? Demon soldiers, and how to get them and how to gear them up.
I would imagine so. Right. Oh, good. You can. People can hear me.
It's back. Okay. Yeah. He's come back with Nizar to hit back.
No, I mean, Nizar in a way where Nizar hits the back rank. The fool still needs to be able to do basic attack. All the tanks are one spot too far away. Well, they can attack, but just not where off ultimate. So you just need to build in with a bit more rage regen, and hope that your tank is holding up. So I get what you're saying, that you want to be. Let me just jump in. So you want something that's so that when he's up, when Nazar is up here, he's able to get the fool who's up this top corner. Yeah, I can see that, but it doesn't work then, because then the map is wrong. And it may be that for Gladiator Gauntlet Season 12, they play around with these ground tiles, and that's a viable solution. It's often the way they mess around with these tiles, and you can change things around. But everything is quite grouped up there. If you did that, you would lose this platform tile here. You'd have to drop it back, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but then everything is kind of in the range of the stone throwers, and things would start getting hit quite badly. And that's just using old units before we get into all of the new ones that have come in, and they're more focused on.
I haven't got any.
I've got the stealth unit. I've got enough to unlock her, and so
the what unit? Which one?
The Banshee, who goes invisible.
Oh, have you? You got her already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
lucky.
Got
2 bunches of 5.
Oh, congratulations! Yeah, the epic.
Yeah.
Have you played around or used it? I suppose you don't need to, do you? Because it's all broken.
Oh no, I haven't. Sorry, I thought I had. I tell a lie. I've only got 5 of her.
Oh well, congratulations! You've got as much as me then.
Yeah. So, but if you've got everyone close together, and these guys are within 3 tiles, 1, 2, 3, they've walked past your front line and back line, and they've kind of, you're in a bad way if you've got units turning invisible for 3 tiles and they're past all of your primary DPS.
But that's only on the assumption that you haven't got your pantheon maxed out and you can just send a chomper in to eat everything in its path.
Exactly. You saw how easily the grotesque feed was just going through everything. So,
well, you've got some people in the guild, haven't we? They've got a level 9. I've seen a couple of level 9.
Yeah, I saw someone on Global had an 11 a level 11 grotesque fiend. So you must.
He didn't need a pantheon bonus. The last thing he needed was pantheon. That's ridiculous.
These guys don't need to do well. I've not had a chance to test this Banshee unit yet, Rocket, because I don't have it unlocked. But the fact is that they can sneak past, and then if you still got people wailing on your tank, your single target healer is then got split focus, and as soon as you've got split focus on a healer, that's when you end up with problems. So I don't
think they hit for much. The attack there is deep.
Yeah, pretty low, but you could get them to sneak past, and even if you're getting one hit on on the blue gem on the exit, you're getting rewards, and those rewards are runic artifacts are up for grabs, and they're runic augmentation, so they're a good opportunity to really boost your stats up to 15% of attack or crit damage. Yeah, can be a real significant difference to your team. So they don't have to do a great amount of damage, but they can be enough just to distract your defense, so that it's then having to do multiple things. And once that happens, that's when things start to fall apart.
So is that the only thing they can do, is roll it back then until they've got a sensible solution and they've actually tested it properly to see how much damage they want them to do? Is that the only sensible answer?
I think it.
Or is it for a season?
I think we're going to have to play. We're going to have to suck it up for a season and just keep feeding into rocket. If you focus on Demon Soldiers and Pantheon, you should max them while we're in season 12.
On Demon Soldiers in Pantheon. Should you? You should. While we're in season 12.
I mean, I mean, most people. I don't know what you guys are.
Okay, here's a question then. I don't know this actually. It's for a much younger account. So when the Demon Soldier part came out for me, if you just can you flash up your Pantheon, Schnurgly, for us, please, matey?
Yeah.
So
Pantheon, here we go.
Hyperion. Yeah. So when this Demon Soldier thing came out for me, I only had the choice to level up these. But have I now got the choice where I don't have to level up this stuff and I can go in and level up just my Demon Soldiers? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you could. But I mean, you're then hampering your BP, because this does feed into your BP.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, it is just a bit crazy. There's 14% attack bonus, 14% HP bonus, and that base 1400 attack in there as well, before you start doing the multipliers, which have also been increased as part of the changes for season 12.
Anti-heal.
I think it is.
I haven't seen a lot of anti-heal, but I've seen Drac getting a bit of play.
Drac does get play because he's got really good range, and his A1 boosts up to 30% bonus attack damage. So he's a really worthwhile unit to bring if you've got him. At A1, I mean, even 15% boost is it, because it's a damage increase. You can then boost that with an inspiration unit, depending on the healers you've got available. I mean, a Narissa A3, you've got 2 units can be buffed, and you're going to want to be constantly healed because Drac's pulling down their health. So yeah, he's definitely an interesting unit. He can be quite effective. But yeah, no. If anything gets past your defender, he dies really quickly because his health is always super low, as is the risk with chaotic units. But yeah, he can do some good damage, but even this isn't going to stop grotesque fiends on a rampage, I don't think.
No, they're a little bit messed up at the moment. I mean, they were strong anyway, but they're now just madness.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we are, Hyponerus.
Yeah. Dracula is good, but Fiend has too much HP. Yeah. If the Fiend outlasts Drac, then you're knackered, aren't you? That's your one option. The thing is, you can have another Fiend going round again shortly afterwards, can't you? Doesn't take long before your next Fiend's running around again.
Yeah, and you can send him out with a Fool. The Fool then gets a shield on him, so he's then tanking more of that. It doesn't matter that he's taking hits during the ultimate of the Drac, because he's just tanking it for a bit. So he's not losing HP really quickly, and yeah, then he's shield pops, Drac ult finishes, and he's back into it, and he's got his revive still to go. So
For me, I would stay away from a team with Drac because I generally use the rats as a nice little heal to my chomp. So I would generically stay away from Dracula. It's not something I would plan to target. But I know other people who don't have the rats leveled up, they go, well, I'm going to look for different units or different strengths or weaknesses in their team setups. But for me, if I see Drac, I'm like, well, I'll click on the next space and there'll be a team without it. So, you know, you go hunting for what your auto team will best run at, don't you?
Yeah, and I think I always get a bit nervous at the beginning of the season with GVG. It takes me a while to sort of settle into the map and sort of know my team and know what I can do and who in my guild's attacks I can copy to like really come onto it.
G-Star.
No, well, the thing is, G-Star has like 132k IOVAR, and so any attack you look at, you go, okay, now I have to scale that back to what my team is, and go, okay, I'll ignore him, and I'll look for a Bale or a Behemoth, and then try and work it from that. So, it's an interesting question, Rod. We will. I imagine we will see that at some point. And maybe that's what they're aiming towards. Maybe they are hoping that we get more draws in GVG if we have a full wipe. So that is a distinct possibility because the rewards for a draw are shown in GVG. So let's just jump back. So there you go. A tie is a valid and a acknowledged result that's a possibility.
Okay, no demon chest, but you do get the gems.
You do get the gems.
Okay.
So, I mean,
would everyone tie in at Apex? Is everyone joint first then? Are they at the end of the season?
Interesting question. Well, no, it wouldn't, because it would be like it would with any ranking that they do on GVG. It's like the first person who's there gets the position, and then it's the first person to get to rank 2 is there, and then the next person who may even have the same score will be rank 3 because they have no concept of joint ranks in this game. So you would still be luck of the draw, I think, as to whether you were there or not.
Well, that's an improvement on their normal matchmaking.
Well, they did say they've been working on the matchmaking, so maybe this is the solution, making everybody suffer. But I mean, this season's still really young. We haven't seen the impact of these new demon soldiers yet. I think I've seen one Baron Salem on deploy. Someone in the guild I know has got one of these
Really?
ladies. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see more.
I think we'll see more of them from Global before we see them on the Forerunner.
Well,
we all
Slap
pulled
Bunny
open
just
our
needs
chests,
to open
didn't we?
all of his. Needs to open all of his demon soldier chests because he's storing like 132 of the damn things.
What really?
Yeah.
Honestly.
So
I might do it. I'm not going to open any more up until I see the next group of more demon soldiers. Then that's it. Yeah.
Maybe. Save them up for the entire season, and we'll see what comes out at the end of the season. So because Forerunner gets these access to these things slightly early, we'll see them just before the Gladiators Gauntlet, like you on Global. I can see them before the Gladiators Gauntlet. But yeah, I don't know. Going to be interesting. I think
I like
these
fact
guys
that they are bringing in new factions and new demon soldiers. I think that's quite interesting. I think it's a nice step in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think that in some way it's good because it shows that there's growth in the game. I'm still convinced that there's going to be a granite faction coming out. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with it, but we've got the granite armor, which is on 2 units now. So there is definitely potential to have
nice
these
conspiracy
guys
theory.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's Granite Armor 1 and the Bloodspring guys or whatever have got a similar Mark of Chaos with a rank, Mark of Chaos. So
yeah, I like it.
There's going to be a Granite faction coming at some point. I'm not quite sure what they do for a Lord. Probably the boss from the Codex. Talking of Codex, I was just having a look back through my Codex thing, and I noticed that I don't think the Phantasmal Nightmare has been run for ages on Forerunner. So I think they've realised that they screwed up, and they've not really been running.
Because it could be beaten straight away.
No, the Phantasmal Nightmare is this joint one. So this is the one where you've got the 2 modes, and it was horrible.
Yes.
So I don't.
But didn't they stop it or roll it back? Couldn't you kill it with Karmet on the front square to start with, or something weird like that?
No, people were.
There was a bug in it, wasn't there?
They were using the Lucius with a particular artifact, and they were cheesing it because his speed was scaling exponentially, and they changed the artifact. But yeah, it's been. I was just looking. It's like the last time I ran it, it was. Yeah, there was a bug with Lucius. Because 1st of January a year ago, January 12th a year ago was when I set the score the first time round. So it gives us.
In that case, happy anniversary. There you go. This is 1 year on. You haven't run it for a year.
I don't recall seeing it. I think I've seen it one more time after that. Of all of the other ones there are available. I mean, they did tweak Mother of Crows and they made it more accessible.
I really hope that the Mother of Crows hero was going to get a buff at the same time. But they've left her languishing, haven't they, in the vault still. Yeah,
Kriya. Do you know what? I think Kriya could be really viable now with the new setup of Matrix because she's got a massive high attack base stats. Her attack interval is reasonably is there. Okay, the anti-heal is not so useful, but she cycles in her. You can do some really fun stuff. Now, I've been tweaking around with Demi today, and I've been having great fun. She's out damaging everybody. And I mean, it's not like a godly build I've got on her. Come on. There we go. So there's nothing like groundbreaking. I mean, yes, she's fast, but you want to build her fast. But yeah, she's just absolutely tearing through it. Top damage scorer. And I don't have the Awakenings of Global. My Valar is racking stones, and my Ingrid only is 4.
Oh, bless.
So... But yeah, she was absolutely dominating everything. I've been trying to replicate this Beelzebub Magda strategy that I've seen posted, but I don't have Beelzebub, so I was looking for other units I could bring in. And my Demi, I've got her 3 times, and I had tried.
Miserations.
I had tried her on a couple of the previous time, and I thought she was okay. But now, yeah, she's just absolutely tearing it up.
Oh, doesn't she now attack when? Does she attack now all the time or not?
No, she
only used to attack during her ultimate. Does she still do that?
She only attacks during.
I suppose this is ideal though, isn't it? Because there's a long gap between casting ultimates, so she's actually somewhat suited to this, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I've just put her over here. I've put her in Magda's range, so she's getting Magda's buffs, and then she starts at nowhere, and then she does her ultimate. And she just absolutely shoots to the top of the damage table. There you go. She's second on the damage table.
Any moment now. Come on.
So okay. So
Slam
got the next spike. And then in a minute, she's going to shoot past Ingrid and just keep going. So there we go, coming into the second attack now, and she's just going to shoot up. Here we go.
How many spikes do you go through on full auto before you throttle back then, or do you not?
I go through, I manual, I go to about 3 minutes, but probably about 2 minutes actually, because 2.5 minutes, and then but Demi I keep on. I only do her when they're like 20 seconds before the Pact of Silence. Sorry, 18 seconds before the Pact of Silence, just so she gets full run. And there you go. She's just keeping pace with Ingrid.
What's your? You said Ingrid was at A3, yes?
My Ingrid's A4, so she's got penetration.
And Benny is what?
A2.
Well, that's a fair shout, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to.
If you've got Demi and you're looking for a unit to bring in, don't sleep on Demi. I know a lot of people don't like her because she's a little bit niche, but above A1,
this is a niche where she's
tearing this up. A3 Max seems to be doing
A1
crazy
she
numbers
gets
as well.
Is it A1 where she gets the bigger range?
A1 she gets a range extension. So you get this range extension here, so it goes.
She should have that range automatically as the Lord, though, shouldn't she?
Sure, she should, but they don't. And anyway, yeah. Other bugbears. Normally, she's got the Dolores range, and then with her A1, once she's hit so many times, she gets a range extension.
She's winning.
Yeah, there you go. And she also hits the boss as well, and she definitely hits the boss hard because everyone is doing less damage, but my score is higher. So she's hitting the boss and she's slapping him about fairly hard.
Good to see. I like that. I'll drag her out. I'm going to give her a go over the week. There you go.
Yeah. Sure, the difference between the 10k and the 30, about 15 awakenings. I don't know, actually. I've not had that many awakenings between my 100k chest and my... I'm pushing the 130k chest this week. Because here we go. I'm going to get about 78,000 on this run. They've again removed the RNG pretty much now from these things. So you're getting what you are. So there you go. 79,000. So there we go. And I get about 58 on... yeah, I get about 58,000 on Spellbane. So...
Yeah, I'll clear into 100k this week.
Is there any reason your Morrigan is doing more damage than Honora? Because Honora...
You haven't got Honora in
something to do with
IR?
the bombs, maybe? Let's have a quick look at heroes. I haven't looked at Morrigan in a while. There we go, Morrigan. So, Morrigan. So she does her bombs. Her curse bombs detonate, dealing 15% per second.
It's like Venomer. Venomer could be a good shout, yeah.
Venomer again. So she gets a 30% damage increase permanently on after 45 seconds. Her passive here also increased her stats by another 20% on top. So that's 50% increase in attack. And her basic attack at A1, she gets another 10% increase in attack. So she gets some... Okay, her primary attack to 3 targets isn't great, but she's got her bombs, which she's releasing pretty frequently. She's got a very low rage cap. She's ulting all the time. That's why. Because with Honora, you're not ulting all the time. You're only ulting during the ultimate, during the pact. whereas Morrigan's going off all the time.
It's auto, isn't it? There's nothing, you're not timing. That's like, oh, she's just going nuts, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just letting go. So with Morrigan, you obviously you're getting more kills, so you've got more to fight. But it depends where you get, because I've only just got it so that my the attacking only during the pact is working for me. I was finding that actually auto ults at the start I was getting a bit higher score, so it's just taking a bit more playing to make it work. Yeah, and Sanctity means that there's it's going to have a play as well, Rod. So good shout.
I'm too healer heavy on one of my teams on the global account, so I got all the way to the end without any issues whatsoever. But we only done about 30k of damage, so I think I took too many healers. This has gone wrong.
I think Vienna during Pact of Silence is an interesting one. I don't think if you timed it right, you would get one. You'd get quite a lot, but it would be very peaky. And if your other units are doing lots of damage at the same time, you might not get the result you want. So I think it'd be a bit hit and miss. I really want to get Gwen in my Spellbane form at the moment, because I don't think my Ardia is doing as much damage now that I've taken her out. But I just can't get it to work with taking Earlis out and putting Gwendolyn back in.
So are you running... who are you running as your tank then? Are you running Raiden as your tank then? Riven as your tank?
He's my tank.
You're actually running Eridin as your tank, yeah?
Yeah, it works really, really well. So what you do...
Because it takes away his HP before his shield, doesn't it?
Yeah, so you basically activate his ultimate as the spike is coming in. That puts up the shield, and that's what just keeps him... He just tanks through both attacks. So if you just go to the overhead view... So he's positioned here. And so as the spike's coming in, he's activated his ultimate. It's 25 seconds long, so it gets through both rounds of spike.
Okay. Shield.
And shield.
Spike.
And then in the early phases, you can time it better so that when he does his big attack that removes his shield, it goes off just at the beginning of Pact. But it's... If you've got Gwendolyn, you can pull it off, because you can use Gwendolyn to tank through one of the first shield, the first spike, and then you activate him a bit later during the second decay slam, and then he can come into Pact of Silence. But without Gwendolyn in the team, I've had to make compromises.
My issue is I don't have a Lord to go with him. Other than King.
I was fortunate, and I got
which sort of defeats the object.
And Gwendolyn. So, and Elder. So I've had the options to play around with different combinations.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if I had Elder. That'd be all right. But I haven't. I've got King, which is pretty pointless to put him in as a defender, and then the only job he's got then is to tank, isn't it? Or not. I wonder how good I'd do with Rockin as the lead for Northerners. Wonder how that would pan out.
I'd need to... If you go to the Dragon Slayers Discord, Alderman, and post a video of it happening in the Matrix chat, someone will be able to dissect it. I can't diagnose it from there. I'd need to see it happening in operation to. But yeah, I do really want to bring Gwen back into this team.
You've had it as well. Yes, I've had that happen. I don't know what happened to it. I had this same thing happen, but it was Sunday night. So I chinned it off, changed my team back, and just pressed auto and didn't worry about it again. But yeah, we had some big shields up, and then the boss came down, and then that was it. Everyone was wiped out, and I was like, "That. Oh, hang on, what happened?" So I didn't record it or anything. I haven't gone back to look at it. I thought it was just a glitch that I've got. But if other people are getting it, I might have a look at it and see what's happening. And then, if need be, I'll send it off to the devs to say, "Oi, what happened?" I thought it was a one-off glitch I had.
I've had cases where Ardia is dying and I can't work out why, and I've just like gone right. I'm just going to quit the game and come back into it, and then the next time I've run the auto, it's been fine. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's a bit crazy, but there he is. He's tanked through the entire thing. He doesn't have... he's got Earlis there for backup, but he doesn't really need her because it's all on his own shield. So...
But she's needed for the others that she's healing then, yes?
I don't know. I really think I could pull her out and play with... put Gwen in. And
because Gwen will up his damage massively, won't she?
Yeah, because he'd constantly have a shield up. You could run Ardia in the shield, the resolve artifact, which would increase her damage. So there you go, 56k on that. I can get it to 58 on a good run. So 58 and 71. So that's about my 130 there. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. So that's up from last week. And that's just bringing Demi in.
But you need to hit 160 to have your choice of captain, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But mostly I just want to get a bit more confident. What I'd really like is a bit more confidence on Malrix, because I'm kind of I've got a relatively good account, but I just like get complete paranoia about my level 4s, and they're just starting to build up. So I'm gonna have to sit down and grunt it out on
go through them and actually do some runs on them.
Yeah, I mean, this one I had a go at. This is the one I got last week. This was horrible because they
new one as well,
really quickly, and I just need loads and loads of AoE physical damage to take them down, and I just didn't have the right combination of units in there.
So you're pulling for Rune then, yeah?
Sorry?
Pulling for Rune Hollow then, yeah?
I'm going to try. I'm not,
because he gives additional AoE damage, doesn't he, over to whoever you've got there doing AoE damage. So he would.
Of course, yeah.
I thought this would be one of the places he'd be good at. So you could set up.
Yeah, because he can shoot across the entire map. So yeah,
I'd have one run of marksman and one run of mages, and then those marksmen, any marksman, he would shoot across. It's only marksman. I have put in a question because he doesn't do Talon if she casts her ultimate and she's on the ground.
Because if she's on the ground, she is classed as a defender. They've actually managed to code that a bit better.
Yeah, yes, but the talent says for him that any marksman who casts their ultimate, he will go over to. Well, she's classed as a marksman, and when she casts her ultimate, he doesn't. Because, like you say, when she's on the ground, she's classed as a defender. But
yeah,
doesn't say that in her kit or his. So, unfortunately, it's a bit of a shame.
It says it there, but that says only her class changes to defender. So they've finally managed to change that, and she's also considered a platform unit in GVG. Now, that does beg the question about whether he would then ult with her in GVG, but not anywhere else. But I think it's primarily still going to stay as a following that only. So,
which I thought was a shame, because I thought, in like gear dungeons and things like that, it'd be absolutely fantastic. You'd have her tanking, and then whenever she casts his ultimate, he would cast over to do some AoE for her as well, which I thought would be absolutely fantastic. Possibly a little broken as well, which is why they haven't done it. But there you go. Can't have everything, can we?
No. Right. So that was kind of two topics. Diversion into Matrix chat. And the other topic that we were going to talk about today was dev insights. Now, I'll let you lead on this because this is something which you watch more closely than I do.
I've always... Go on.
No, I was going to say, you were saying that you didn't think that there'd been many since November?
Yeah, so I think there's been a steady decline on the amount of dev insights we get, certainly answers from them. So they used to bring out the dev insights, didn't they? There were whole pages and pages of them, and there were, I don't know, 12, 13, whatever questions answered, because people put in game suggestions, don't they? And these are bagged up and sent to the devs, and then the devs respond to them, and then there's a whole dev insight answers comes out. And then occasionally they started doing the hot topics, didn't they? So if, for example, there was one that came out about Guild Wars or something like that, they would put a load of Guild War questions together and they would come up. But recently, I think we've had a 3, the last 2 have been a 3 and a 4. Now I would imagine there have been more than 3 or 4 questions sent into the devs than they've answered. So I assume it's not because there's been a new person take this on, because I used to do videos on it all the time when it came out, because it's a nice way to get answers and leaks, well, not leaks, but stuff they're thinking about in the background and stuff you want to watch, because it was the first place they said, oh, Venomer's getting a buff, we just need to settle on the date. So every month I used to remind them. It took a year, but eventually, you do know that you said a year ago that Venomer was getting a buff. You haven't done anything. So now we've been getting, the last month, I think they've answered 7 questions. That'd be about right. Which I think is probably a little bit low, because I would imagine we've just had Ancient Summoning. There will be a bunch of questions about Ancient Summoning, and is it going to get changed?
Yeah, I mean, that was a question which was certainly going around the community. I saw videos from several content creators on the fact that they desperately need Ancient Pity. I mean, even if for non-Lord units, I mean, Agrim, non-Lord unit, loads of people tried hard, didn't get him. Valara, loads of people went really hard for her because she's an amazing unit and people didn't get her.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so I mean, I did my video on my Ancient Summonings, and I put down Disaster because I've done about 200 or so, 240 without getting a legendary, and I wasn't even close to being bottom of the barrel. There was some, I mean, some people have spent, I'm assuming, over $1,000, and they've done 600 summons or whatever and got nil. Blimey. If I'm spending that much money, I would like to make sure that I got a legendary. Particularly if I'm spending $1,000 to try and get Valyria or something, I would like to imagine at least I got a shot at getting her. It's ridiculous. So I'm assuming there are lots of questions like that, but they've answered what, 7 recently? I don't know. I might stick in a suggestion. There's
about 6 questions.
Are we going to get some?
It's run out behind me. So there's about 3 in each of the last 2. I thought they'd done a in-depth one as well, but I can't find it. But that was only 1 question. So yeah, it is a bit light on the ground.
So it does say here, or it says, I think in the suggestions, that they get them all together and then they send them off. So I assume it's the amount of devs coming back. New roadmap video coming, need to do dev insights.
So no need to do dev insights. I hard disagree on that one, because not everyone watches the videos that they put out, and this is more. So as someone who puts out long form video, I know that you can't hold everyone's attention for a big section. You can only do so much. So if you've got text, people can come, they can read what they want, they can come back to it. A video is very good for getting snippets of information out. But I think that they would probably need they'd need to come on the podcast and like talk for an hour, which is not something they want to do. So, yeah.
Not without preloaded questions.
No, and from all accounts, the preloaded questions get muted into oblivion. I mean, I think you're at least in the pool now of people who get to pose questions. No?
No, no one's approached me. No, not at all.
Well, I assume it would be the TS content creators who get to.
No one's asked me at all. I think there's about 3 or 4 that they'll ask, but that would be about it, I would imagine. And I am certainly not in that bracket. But from what I think there was a video done many years ago. It was done by Murder Inc. when and he got to do one with the devs from Raid, and it was really interesting. He'd done it really well. So he said these were the questions he put forward, and sort of these are the questions that were allowed and how they got changed. Now let's have a look at the interview for what it's worth. You know, it was quite tongue in cheek. I thought it was really rather well done.
Yeah,
I imagine that's the same here. I would think more than anything else.
Yeah, I do think that a lot of the content creators who were involved in the one around the anniversary got a lot of flack for you didn't ask the right questions. It's like, no, they probably did, but the devs just didn't answer them, or they didn't select those questions. And they was frustrated with the outcome of the interview as the community were. And a bit like the Demon Soldiers, the devs are trying to engage with the community, but they're missing on a lot of topics. So I think it doesn't always work for them. I think it's very easy for us to want a lot from them. A roadmap of which heroes are coming, so we're not getting our leaks from people diving into the code base to try and find hints of what's on the horizon, such like the fabled Ingrid artifact, the mythical arbiter lord tactician who's going to do everything and the world that was circulating about 3 months ago. I mean, because by not sharing that information, wrong information has to circulates in the community, and then the devs spend ages going, you should just ignore all of the leaks. It's like, yeah, but if you just came forward and told us what your plan was, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah. They're never going to do that, are they? I mean, this is how they make money, and you know, we have to live with that. So it's a bit of a shame, but I think it's where we are in the world.
Yeah, it is a bit. I mean, it is the nature of gacha games. I mean, they control the flow of information, and they've got to maintain excitement, because not every hero that comes out can be a Valara. They've got to bring out a variety of heroes. And there has been talk about a new faction coming, and just say there's a new faction coming would give us a bit more information. I mean, I think, oh god, about 18 months ago they made reference to the fact that there's a new faction coming. It was called Secret Society. 2 units. I think Hollow was one of the units who was originally named to be going in it. And that's really interesting, because then people would start thinking, oh, what's the lore? And so the people who love the lore of the game could get more out of it, and the people who love the character designs get excited, like, yay, new character designs and new mechanics. So it brings a lot into the community when they just say stuff like that, and they could just start drip feeding more information out to people, saying new stuff's coming. But
they are terrible with letting information out. So if we just have a look at the last patch, for example, So in the patch notes, there was nothing about Infernal faction trials. There was nothing about Xena being fixed, and yet they had a Xena banner on, who would be a good pull if you were looking to progress in the Infernal faction trials that are just coming out in the next patch. And they didn't mention any of this. You're thinking, well, maybe you could mention some of it. That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying on the podcast that Infernal faction trials were coming, regardless of what it said in the patch notes, because that's how it'd been on Forerunner. And
yeah, it wasn't in the patch notes. You got to your faction trial, didn't you? And like that. Oh, hang on, there's more. Yeah. There's more levels to do today. What's going on?
Yeah, and I know you've been fighting your way through with no Solkanons, and you've got, I don't know how far you've got down now, but
yeah, I mean, I've done what was it? 13, 14, 15. 16 I've managed to do. I didn't record it. I was just setting up a good way round to do it. 16 is not that bad, to be honest.
16 is not too bad. 17 starts to get gritty. 18 is just about timing your bursts of DPS at the beginning to take the boss out, and then it's just a case of managing the units around. And it's so much easier with Xena. And so much easier with Solkanons, but it's definitely doable with Twin Fiend. Banana Luck's done it. He posted his videos earlier today. And I still think that Ajax is a better unnameable unit to bring than Ymrit, but I know a lot of people like Ymrit, and they have him. So,
did you need to bring unnamables, though?
I think... So you need some ground units, or you need units who can have a bit... So let's just dive into the Infernal faction. You're challenging me. So
I had a message from someone today that said, I haven't got any healers. Wow, that's going to be tricky then, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So you've got Setramp, who's physical, and all the units are looking really at magic damage, so he's kind of benched. You got Twin Fiend.
Where are we talking?
In the faction trials. I mean, so
I use him on the cloth bearers that come through. On the Infernal clerics, all cloth wearers, and he gets 20% damage from piercing.
Yeah, but I think, but then his ultimate is very peaky, and you don't really have then the penetration to deal with the shield bearers who are heavy, and you just want magic to be taking out that heavy tanks who are more problematic, and he's single target as opposed to AoE, so you want a lot of AoE damage, or as much AoE damage as you can, to take out everything else.
Oh, nice tank you've got. A5, nice to see.
A5 Orim, yeah, he was.
Can't go wrong. Skilled. Nice club. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got yours in much better gear than me. I noticed when I was doing the video after I'd done it, I went through to look at the gear on the heroes, and he was in Ageless Wrath.
BP loading for some reason.
I think I was trying that burst of flame he does to see how much damage I could get out of it. That was, I think, the general concept that I was trying many moons ago. And then I used him for this, and then I had a quick look at, oh, blimey, that's not ideal.
No, I mean, he does... Getting back into the mechanics in the game, which have been nerfed. So he's designed to be a bounce hero. You're designed to drop him in. He does this crit rate and crit damage increase on deployment for 15 seconds. Yeah. Or 20 seconds or when. And then the idea is you pull him out. And how do I know he's a bounce hero? Because his Awakening 3 is first deployment cost reduced. So the idea is you drop him in, a bit like Xena, and he does what he's supposed to do, and then you pull him out.
Yeah, but she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's brilliant. He's
shite.
He's a tank.
It is a good skin, though.
The Setram skin is an awesome skin. I think it was very heavily influenced by Warhammer 40,000.
No way.
But anyway, so Titus, yeah, Titus does actually. You need him because you need another defender, and they've got no other defender. I'm pretty confident that there is going to be another tactical unit coming for the Infernals. It's going to be a ground unit. Because moving between those two lanes on 15 and 18, on the bottom and the mid lanes, would be amazing if you had a tactical unit. Because it's like, you'd clear out the bottom, right, jump back over to the middle where that needs extra support, awesome, jump back to on the other side. And that would just make it a lot easier. But as it stands, we don't quite have enough ground units. And we don't quite have enough AoE units to really... Yeah, I really found that making use of Ajax, or Ajax, or however you want to call him, was really worthwhile. Not to mention the 4% or 6% damage increase he's bringing to the team. So... Right. Anything else we want to talk about? Let's have a quick look at that faction trial. Not that I can do much. Faction trials. I looked at 17 again and was like, can I be bothered to do this? And I was like, no. I tried it a couple of times. So the clerics are... You're right, they are light armor. But... He's heavy armor. Oh, the sycophants. What are they? If the grotesque fiends and the dogs were in light armor, I would be more tempted to bring him in. But
yeah, they are a pain. How often do they die? What is it? 5 times? I can't remember.
3 times.
How often is it they die? 3 times, is it?
They revive 3 times. It just makes it really busy, especially on that lower lane.
I have enjoyed putting my Xena down behind them as they go past.
Oh yeah, that's what I did when I cleared 17. Well, I got past 17. It just gives Titus a bit more breathing room to. I
don't think I used the tank on 6. I don't think I used the tank on 16.
No, you can get away with putting a Lord Phineas there with a lunacy visor in the middle because you only need to block 3. But no, Hieronymus, no.
That's a shout, isn't it, eh? Oh, you imagine that. There would be uproar, wouldn't there? There'd be no defences worth going up then, would there, hey? Oh.
Oh, God.
Because they're the DPS check in this, aren't they? Because otherwise you just get overrun with the bloody things. Just mounting up and not being able to kill them off.
Yeah, and then the big wolves are the other thing, because you need to be able to heal through them as well. Xena's banner has just finished.
Oh, just finished, yeah. Yeah, so she's fixed now, isn't she? She works with Hell's Lamont, which she never did before. So that's a bonus as well.
And so that initial deployment gets a 15-second reduction, which is a correction to your video earlier, where you said she gets a constant 15-second reduction. But
I'll slap myself on the wrist.
Infernal.
I've
taken all the gear off to put on Demi, which is why my Demi is doing so much damage. But yeah, she's in Hell's Lament. There it is. It's a very nice
initial
piece of Hell's Lament.
Well, that is a nice piece as well, isn't it? Apart from the flat HP, but other than that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. It's a shame you've got it.
It's true. It's true. What she needs now is an exclusive artifact, right? Make that damage.
I can see it coming. I mean, she's absolutely fantastic. I've been using her all over the place, really, to be honest. She just comes in, doesn't she? Does a massive amount of damage. Boom, gone.
Yeah, she's a really, really strong unit.
She's always been broken here on Divines. Yeah, they never bother remaking the artwork for the summoning, so they have to put them together.
Well, I'm not.
You're saving until when is it? Thursday? Are you going to save until Thursday for War of Fate, Slayer? Is that the Divine summoning?
I don't know. I'm not.
I like the artifact. I like the option that they've done it at last. Because if they've done it once, then we can have a pick your own, or you can have a Hex and Silas one, or something like. Do you know what I mean? They can start bringing out these banners more often now. We can have an Ingrid banner one.
Yeah. I'm honestly more interested in getting Hate Contagion for Ezereth for Matrix, and maybe a couple more of these Hand of Dooms to level up the one I've got, because that's going to make a real difference. But everything else, I mean, a couple of Mask of Dark Desires would be nice. Another Frost Devourer would be nice. I don't have Khagrim, so I'm not too bothered about Heart of the Mountain at all. My Valara one is maxed. My Flame Tip.
So you're going. If you get the artifact, you can't have the hero. You know they can't both exist at the same time. Now you've missed him, yeah. So you're playing for not getting the artifact, and that way you'll be able to pull the hero.
Oh, that explains why my Tomb of Holy Light is completely maxed out, and yet I don't have her. Same for Beelzebub.
Yeah, you see, if you pull they're exclusive, you're not entitled to get the hero after that, so go careful.
Right, that explains so much. Right.
There's no change to Pantheon. Only benefits top players and discourages new players even more.
Yeah.
It's about right.
I think that's a fair shout. It is a fair shout. It's a real mess. I will.
45 minutes of chat summed up in 5 lines. Yeah.
hour and a bit. Hour and a quarter now. So it is. Yeah, it's a real mess what they've done with Pantheon. The devs seem to think that the issue was that it was too expensive to level up. Actually, no, it was too cheap. I think if we're being brutally honest about the impact it's having, it should have been more expensive to level up those remaining stages of Pantheon. And that would have probably made it less painful. But yeah, we'll see what's going on and how they react to the community after. Well, they've riled up their top content creator, or their biggest content creator, top or not, and that's only going to mean that they're just going to get more noise from him, because he love him or loathe him, Fastidious is very, very good at getting the community activated and active to send messages in his comment section, which he then throws to the developers and say, people are angry, do something, and they respond. So yeah, maxed out and haven't pulled a non-lord legendary in over 300 pulls. Ouch. That's really
that's
bad.
That's what I was saying. With my video, I said I thought it was a disaster doing 240, but I was small fry. I mean, there were people well over 400, 600 without pulling one. I think it was an absolute disaster.
Yeah. I wasn't really trying for either of them. I did get Khagrim, and I was quite happy about that, but I already had a Valara, and I was kind of like, well, if I get her, it'll be nice. but I wasn't broken-hearted because I got Kagrim. So no, I don't want Arbiter and Chaos faction trials because they're too limiting. The pool of units available is too small.
Well, we should see some Infernal ones then come in soon, aren't we? Infernal are relatively small as well, aren't they? As our faction goes.
26.
Yeah, 26.
I mean, they've been very, very Esoteria heavy recently.
Yeah.
North Throne is the second is also really big, which is just gone to 42. Cursed Cult, although small, has got some of the most used units. Nightmare's not really been done much for a while, other than they had Lycan added. So Star Piercers are slowly growing, with Scythra, who's been added recently. We've had Drac added, Van Helsing, and Mina, all of whom have really good niche uses. And of course, they're the home of Lady A, so they've got a really.
And Hollow comes at the weekend, doesn't he?
Sorry?
Rune Hollow comes at the weekend, doesn't he?
Yeah. So he's coming in. So,
but then we'll have new heroes coming in shortly, won't we? I mean, just around the corner. Once we get this month out of the way, we've got Valentine's. So, what was the last Valentine? That was. That was Dia-chan and her other half, wasn't it? And then they reran Hex and Twyla, didn't they, at the same time? Yeah. And then before that, what did we have? Silas and Vierna. That was an amazing pairing, wasn't it? And then we had Arrogance and Lust. So, what, a new pairing or a new someone coming in?
I think they'll be in new limited. I think they'll be in new limited. So bear that in mind as you're thinking about going how hard you want to go for Anora. Anora is a great unit, but there's a new faction coming. We know that. That's confirmed. We don't know when it's coming, but there is a new faction coming.
Chinese New Year after the weekend, 2 weekends after Valentine's Day.
Is it really that late? Golly.
Yeah, I think it's the 28th of Feb, something like that, I think.
Is it going to replace Allura? I think if you watch this gentleman's video, you'll see that there are limitations on his usage. So,
yeah, he unfortunately his invisibility disappears, but he can avoid being hit once. So he gets hit once, and then he's immune to that damage. So if you have him on the right-hand side, which is where people want to put him, he's absolutely fine, goes invisible, does loads of shots, absolutely fantastic. But those singles that come out will take away his invisibility. Now, there's an RNG aspect here, that if the boss hits you, because the boss hits, 3 random enemies. So if he's one of them, then the mob coming out the side will attack him and then you're dead. But if the boss doesn't attack you, then he will blitz through it. So if you've got a very young account, he's going to be absolutely awesome because he can go left-hand side, he can go in the middle, and he can go on the right-hand side. Boom, you're sorted. As you're pushing on to 23, 24, much more RNG heavy using him. There you go. That's my
Yeah, I think you're right, Horizons, that he's if you've got the right units, you wouldn't use him, but he's another option because there are very few options who can deal with the big eyes and the AoE effect for visible units. So yeah, it's nice to have more options. So
the other thing is, we were chatting earlier, when we said that there could be an option with pushing on later levels in the new platform orientated halls. Whereas if you had a marksman sort of roster going across, he would be able to help out those every time they cast their ultimates. He would be casting AoE over to wherever they are. So there's a definite shout there.
Well, Horizon, you have to remember he lives. Well, I think he's somewhere in Asia, so you got to compare salaries and living expenses to where you are. But yeah, I think 324 is, you need someone like Scythra or Lady Alexandra. I've seen it done with Valara, but not on her own.
No, I have seen it done with him, 324, but it is RNG based. That's the other thing, and you also need the other units to go with him. So you do need your marksman,
Ivar, and your
Ivar up to what's it, A2, isn't it? Where they start bumping up the damage. You need Silas at A5. You need your left hand lane at A3 plus. So you do need a lot of other units to go with it, but.
Yeah, definitely. So I think he's going to be a nice addition to the game. I picked up Ryzen recently, but I'm not massively sold on him at A0. I don't really have any content to use him in. I'm told he's great in Abyss, but
have you put him down for
Titanic? Sorry,
you put him down in Gear Raid 3 and pushed for that?
No, he doesn't have the range because he's a nightmare fighter, so he can only just about hit the boss, and he changes targets. So he's more about boss content and taking out one thing and taking it on consistently. So he's also weird because he's a lightning thing, but he throws physical damage. So, like Lady Mina being the only mage who does piercing damage, so normal damage type. So I have asked the devs if they're going to change her class to be a marksman now that they've reworked her, but I got a non-answer back, so which was watch this space. So read into that what you will. I could challenge someone.
I hope they don't. I think she's quite interesting that way round. There could be a niche place where you'll be like that. Thank God he didn't get his way. We can use her on this as a mage that does normal damage.
He throws bats at people, but I mean, she's the Ozzy Osbourne of the Starpiercer faction. Right. Yeah, it's 324. It took me a good amount. It took me a couple of hours with really end game gear and all the units to do it. So okay, Rocket. I'm already getting 61k. I'm just about pushing up a little bit further. So it's more going for glory and gold than just pushing for 35k. I've got the units for a 60k run, including the poison comp, but I just can't quite get that rolling properly yet. So I just need to go away and look at the guides again. But I think, as it's rapidly approaching midnight here in the UK, I'm going to draw an end to this stream. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been great to get involved in the chat. It's been great to have my friend here join in and let me ramble. And we will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.